cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. All right, guys, let's jump right into it. Today is Monday, January the 23rd, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this one, it's like a 7. It was solid. Even though they only showed 5 people, I like the 5 people that they did show the interaction. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Y'all tell me what you think. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I did nothing. I just stayed in the bed with my baby all weekend because I wasn't feeling that well. So we just chilled. All right, let's go. We see Hope and Deacon. Deacon. So he has came back and he's talking to the waiter. I don't know this waiter's name that he always talk to. But anyways, he's talking to him and he was like, "Man, I'm nervous, but I'm excited." And because I guess he's maybe he has another meeting or something, but he's going to be the owner or of El Jardino. And so then Hope comes in, right? And so he's talking to her and he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you." And he's telling her about his good news. And she was like, "Dad, I'm so proud of you." And he was like, "Thank you." Because y'all know I said, I hated the way they talked to Deacon because he was a felon. And so, real life story, when you're a felon, it is very hard to find a job. Like some of them can be successful, but most times it's when they're entrepreneurs that they can be like really successful, because otherwise it's extremely hard for them to find a paying job at a company. So she's excited for him, and so then he's just talking to her and she said, "So," because the way he's talking she can tell you don't know. And he was like, "No, what?" He said, and she was like, "Oh, you haven't heard." And he was like, "Heard what? I've been out of the loop," because he's been out of the country. And so she told him about Sheila and how Sheila is free, and how she's not paying for any of her crimes. And he says, "No, Sheila's in prison, probably gonna spend the rest of her life there." And she's like, Bill got her out. And he said, "Blackmailing Steffi and them." So they said she gives him the information off screen, right? And so he was like, "You're kidding me." And she said, and it was Bill. And he said, "What she got on Bill? Because he hates Sheila. So why is he doing this?" She said, "Let me tell you." He was like, "What?" "Love." And he said, "Get out of here." Come with me. "Get out of here. They don't love each other. What are you talking about?" And she says, "I don't know what Sheila's done to Bill, or what any man could see in her." And I said, "Tread lightly, because you're talking about your daddy too." She said, "But he says he loves her. Like, I don't know what kind of man would have to, or how you would have to be to love someone like Sheila, even want to be in a relationship with her." I said, Sheila, Sheila got some. Sheila Brooke. Sheila is Brooke. I don't know what she's doing to these men, but they're intrigued and they want to be around her. And so she's talking, about, how sad and pathetic could you want to be. And Deacon is just like, uh-huh, because he helped Sheila out for a long time. But it's just something about her that makes these men do things that are not rational. And so she was just like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Dad," because I'm not gonna hold y'all long. "I'm so sorry, Dad. I shouldn't be throwing all of this at you." And he was like, "Yeah," because he's really trying to think about how he can get over there and speak to Sheila. That's what I feel like. And he was like, "Yeah, come back for dinner tonight and we'll talk and we'll celebrate and everything." And she was like, "Okay." And then she lets him leave. And so then Deacon is by himself and he pours himself a drink. Is Deacon supposed to be drinking, y'all? But anyways, he pours himself a drink and he says, "Well, dang." He thinks back to when Sheila on Halloween told him, you don't have to worry about me because I'm gonna be all right. Sheila, you haven't seen the last of Sheila Carter. Um, so everything's gonna be cool with me." And he was like, "You did it." Excuse me. He was like, "You did it. You got out of this one." And so then we go back over here to with Bill, Sheila, and Brooke, right? And so Bill had told Brooke, "Yes, yes, you're right." And then Sheila jumps in because Sheila said, "Oh no, snap out of it, Bill." And she told Bill, she was like, "Whatever you want me to do, I told you before. If you want me to leave, I'll leave." Because Sheila like, "I'll leave, but don't you? If you want me to leave, I'll leave, but don't go letting up on them and having them send me to prison." That's what we're not going to do. So she's trying to talk to him. Hold on, y'all. I'm really trying to get in here. So she's trying to talk to him and tell him everything, that she don't want, if it's causing him problems, because she gets it. It's a lot being with her. So if it's causing him problems, then it's cool. Come in. Then it's cool. She'll do what she needs to do. But her love for him is real. And Brooke is just like, oh my gosh, stop saying that. Bill, put this woman in prison. Tell this woman to get out of the house. Tell her she doesn't need to be here. And so Bill is he's just standing there, right? So he's not saying anything. And Sheila says, Bill loves me and I understand him. And this is between us. And you know, Brooke is just like, Sheila, he can speak for himself. And Sheila said he wants me to speak for him. I said, because I was wondering why Bill don't never says anything. He never says a word. And then Bill finally tells Brooke, you're right. Everything you're saying about Sheila is right. Because she said she tried to kill the mother of your grandchildren. She shot Steffi, like she went through all of Sheila's crimes. She shot Steffi and Finn. And Sheila said that was an accident. She said, but you left them for dead. Did you an accident would have meant you tried to call the police or anyone, but you didn't do any of that. You left them. And so Bill is just like, you know what, Brooke? You're right. All of that you're saying about Sheila, you're absolutely right about all of it. But I need her. And he want to be with Sheila because he said, I tried with you. I tried with you. I tried with Kelly. I tried with all of y'all. I tried to get y'all to love me. I gave my all to y'all. I tried, but y'all didn't want me. You know, and Brooke is just crying and in tears, and Bill is just like, I just want to be with somebody who wants to be with me. And then Sheila tells Brooke, you need to leave. And she said, Bill, you gonna let her kick me out? Because Brooke said, this is Brooke now. And I know you want to talk to Katie and all them. When Sheila said, this is our home. You know how Sheila be doing. This is our home. And she told, and after she went through all the stuff that Sheila done, Sheila said, don't just bring up my past. Why don't we look into yours? And I said, oh, here we go. And she said, you, Brooke, let a man flip flop between you and Taylor for years, decades. And Brooke looking like, you right. And then she said, and then on top of that, you turned around and you didn't choose Bill. Everything he did, it was always wrong. It was always, oh, you're a monster, you know. And plus, also, when they be telling Bill, when Brooke was telling Bill, you're not gonna you're gonna let Sheila tell me to leave, your family, and we have love for each other. I said, but you let. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to admit it. I know y'all don't like this storyline, but you let Ridge tell Bill not to come over. You did all that because you wanted to be with Ridge. And so if you could do that for Ridge, then why can't Bill do that for Sheila? Hold on, excuse me. Sorry. Y'all know my sinus gets acting up. But then Sheila starts telling Brooke, and then you had an affair with your adult daughter's husband and had a baby by the man. So girl, don't be trying to cast those stones over here, because you're not perfect either. You undid some messed up stuff too. And I was like, well, Lord. She said, I accept Bill for all his flaws, and I don't think he's a monster because of it, and he accepts me for mine. So he wants you to leave, so you need to leave it. And Bill pretty much, he like, yeah, go. I mean, he doesn't say that, but he's not telling her not to. And so then Brooke, she dramatic. Brooke dramatic. She said, Bill, you have not seen the last of me. I will be back, and I will get you to see the light with Sheila. And then she tells Sheila, you are going to prison because you're going to rot in prison. And then Brooke walked to the door and she turned around, rot behind bars in prison. You're going to rot. I said, bye, Brooke. Bye. This man, well, today she's not. And so then Sheila turns around to Bill and she all lovey dovey and cuddling all on him. And I don't know, y'all. I don't know what's going on with Brooke. I mean, excuse me, what's going on with Bill? Because some days I'm like, maybe he not under Sheila's spell, and this is really what he wants. And then other days I'm like, maybe he is. I don't know what they're doing with his character. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that was the bold and the beautiful today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for another episode of What Happened on the Soaps, the bold and the beautiful edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.